Good day, everyone. So today, this is Teacher Joyce once again. I'm very glad that you are in my class today. So today, we're going to have an English Quarter 3, Module 2, Week 2, Text Types, Enumeration and Time Order. Okay, so how are you, class? I hope that you are fine. Okay, so what are text types? Text types are any pieces of writing that you read or create. These can be anything from novels, newspaper reports, emails and textbooks to recipes, movie reviews, game instructions, and etc. So anything that we read, these are called text types. Okay, now may I ask you, what is your favorite food? Okay, so whenever we have events in our home, we usually see, we usually eat spaghetti, fried chicken, and some others. When you eat outside, you eat hamburger, right? Okay, so there are many kinds of food. So now, since you've mentioned spaghetti first, who among you here knows how to cook spaghetti? Okay, I'm sure some of you know how. Now, what are the ingredients, class, in cooking Filipino-style spaghetti? Okay, now, the ingredients of Filipino-style spaghetti are spaghetti noodles. Next is ground pork or beef, hot dogs, spaghetti sauce, cheddar cheese, then onions, and finally, garlic. Okay, so this these are the ingredients of Filipino-style spaghetti, class. And we enumerate or we itemize the list of the ingredients, right? So this is an example of enumeration text because it itemizes Filipino-style spaghetti list of things or list of ingredients. Okay, this is an example of enumeration text. You list one by one, no? You itemize things one by one. Okay, now what is an enumeration text? Enumeration text lists the kinds of characters, classes, types, parts, ways, and groups of a thing or a subject. And it is a way to list a series of information. And now take note, class. It uses signal words like first of all, second, then, in fact, for example, several, numerous, first, next, finally, also, and in addition. Okay, but so that it is easier for you to analyze or distinguish if it is enumeration text type, it is very important that you have to understand the text. And then after that, you spot the signal words. Okay, by doing that, I'm sure it will be easier for you to distinguish enumeration text type. Okay, now another example. Plants help the environment and human beings in many ways. They make food, they make oxygen, they provide habitats for animals or home for animals, they make rich soil and conserve it. They provide useful products for human beings and they beautify their surroundings. Okay, now what do you think? Is this kind or type of text? Okay, this text is an example of enumeration text type because it mentions the ways how plants help the environment as well as human beings, right? Okay, next. A while ago, class, we talked about the ingredients for cooking Filipino-style spaghetti. Now, I want to ask you a question. Who among you here knows how to cook Filipino-style spaghetti? What is the process of cooking? Okay, now, I have here the cooking instructions class. Okay, now I want you to read with me. First, cook pasta for about 9 minutes or according to the instructions in the packaging. Drain and set aside. Next, in a saucepan, saute garlic and onion and butter, oil onions until onion turns translucent. Third, add ground pork, beef, and cook for 5 minutes. Add hot dog and cook for 2 minutes. Add spaghetti sauce, beef cubes, and water. Then, simmer for 20 minutes, stirring occasionally, and in the end, pour spaghetti sauce over the pasta and top with grated cheese. Okay, so it's very easy, no? That is the cooking instructions, or that is the process of cooking Filipino style spaghetti. Okay, now this particular process or cooking instruction class is an example of time order text. You know why? Because a time order text is presenting events in the order of time or date. The author uses this text to inform the readers about the sequence or arrangement of events or content. And this kind of text helped the reader to follow what happens. What happens next? The common signal words are at first, next, before, first, second, third, later, then, finally, and in the end. Okay, so that is the time order text. It is called time order text because there is an arrangement or order of time or date. Okay, now let's read another example. In building a floor, the first thing we had to do was build the frame for the floor of the house. Then, we used a rope to raise all the wood up into the tree. Afterward, we carefully nailed the board to the frame, and soon we had a floor. So as you can see, there is a sequence of time in building a floor. So that is the example of time order text type. Now let us see if you really understand our lesson for today. Now I want you to read its text type and identify if it is an enumeration or time order text. Okay. Number 1, there are steps in cooking chicken adobo. First, prepare all the ingredients needed in cooking chicken adobo. Next, marinate it for 30 minutes. Then drain and reserve the marinade. Fry the chicken until golden brown. Combine chicken with marinade including all other ingredients and simmer it until the chicken is tender. Add pineapple tidbits and fried garlic and serve hot. Okay, what do you think it is? As you can see, these are the steps in cooking chicken adobo, so there is a sequence of time. So therefore, this is an example of time order text type. Now let's move on. Let's read another text. Number 2. Many plants are sources of products that people use, including food items, fibers for cloth, paper, rubber, and medicines. They also provide some of our energy needs, such as coal for oil for cooking and fuel for cars like ethanol. In some parts of the world, wood is used by people to cook their food and heat their homes. Okay. So what do you think it is? This is an example of enumeration text type. You know why? Because It mentions the sources of the plants that are sources of products that people use. Okay, it enumerates lots of things. Okay, now next. Number 3, the first thing we had to do was build a frame for the floor of the house. Then we used a rope to raise all the wood up into the tree. Afterward, we carefully nailed the board to the frame and soon we had a floor. So what do you think it is? Okay, that is example of in time ordered text. How about number 4? The plants covered light energy from the sun into food. They produce the food that people and animals eat. The animals that give us, such as chickens and cows, eat grass, oats, corn, and other plants. So what do you think it is? Is it enumeration or time ordered text type? Of course, this is example of enumeration text type. Do you know why? Because it mentions that the animals that give us food and other plants. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Now, number 5. First, the dragonfly lay eggs in the water. And after a few days, the eggs hatched. They become nymphs and live underwater. As the nymphs grow, they shed their skin many times. Finally, they become full-grown dragonflies. Okay, as you can see, there is an order of a time, so definitely this is time order text. Okay, now let's see if you really understand our lesson for today. So I want you to answer the post test. Okay, these are the post test. You just read 1 and 2. Then number 3 and 4. Then number 5 and 6. Then number 7 and 8. Then finally, we have number 9 and 10. Now, in our post test, I will never give the answer. I want you to comment your answers on the comment section. Okay, let us see who will get a perfect score. Okay, then once again, class, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel at Teacher Joy's Corner. Once again, always remember that learning can be fun and anyone can be great if you have the will. Okay, bye and have a nice day.